Hi everyone, Sean Joyce here for Cyber in 60, and it is my pleasure to be here today with Spiros Michalakis, quantum physicist from Caltech. So Spiros, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So the first thing I think a lot of folks want to know out there is how concerned should all of us be about quantum computing? We hear about it breaking encryption. What should we be doing?
Yes, this is one of the reasons actually quantum computing came to be as a technology, that initial threat to quantum cryptography, RSA, but I wouldn't be that worried. There is already standards, new standards to transition to new algorithms, classical algorithms, not quantum. You don't have to be a quantum expert, which is key to remember. And the CISOs can simply work with vendors and with others in the organization to start transitioning towards these new standards. But quantum computers will not be at a scale that can be a threat at least until 2030, maybe even later.
Okay, are there things that we could all be doing now?
Yes, start thinking again about how do you transition from one classical algorithm like RSA, that is at the core of public key cryptography, to the new ones based on lattice, cryptography. And that is a completely classical process. Imagine that there was no quantum threat, but somebody told you that some kid figured out how to break factoring, right? Then what do? You find a new algorithm, you have to transition to it. What do you need to do? You need to look at inventory your system, what things are vulnerable, right, to this new attack, and then start transitioning high value assets right away.
All right, great. So listen, you're in Caltech, you're surrounded by other people like yourself that are thinking about all the, or I would say not thinking, you're actually leading some of the newest technology in the world. What excites you most?
I would say the research we are doing into quantum computing and developing robust, fault-tolerant, large-scale quantum computers that then will lead to breaking RSA crypto systems, for example, but they have a lot of other benefits that we get as a bonus. For example, working with new materials, understanding chemistry at the quantum level, being able to have much more effective pharmaceuticals. Carbon fixation, nitrogen fixation for fertilizers, energy production. This is amazing. As a mathematical physicist, more on the theoretical side, I love the fact that we were trying to understand how to build quantum computers and developed a new language through quantum information science. But it turned out that this is also the language that the universe is speaking. So it allows us now to start looking inside of black holes in ways that we never thought we'd be able to do, to potentially create traversable wormholes. I mean, science fiction is becoming science. And honestly, it all started with cybersecurity, right? The initial reason why quantum computing became as big as it has become now is because we had this killer app that one day, this could be a big threat to cryptography, so let's see, let's develop it first before an adversary. But it has all these amazing benefits outside of that.
Hey, I heard you comment that quantum computing exemplifies diversity. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, quantum computing and specifically quantum physics on top of this theory that it is based on is actually a theory of knowledge. Most people think of it, including many of my colleagues, as just an extremely successful, surprisingly successful theory of the subatomic universe. But it's actually mathematically and epistemologically, it is actually a theory of knowledge. How do you know what is going on outside of you, beyond space and time? How do you interrogate the other from interesting point of view, from alien point of view? And to me, this is the foundation of empathy. The highest form of intelligence is the ability to occupy a point of view that is so different from yours. You may not want to do it, you may not know how to do it, and you may not even have the right tools to do it. But the answer, right, how to actually do it is very simple. Just have a conversation. You're infected by a different point of view simply by connecting with someone who is not you. That is actually how we build very interesting quantum computers, by quantum entangling these independent little universes we call qubits, and then having them talk to each other and share information.
All right, those are some great insights. Spiros, thanks so much for being with us today. And that's Cyber in 60.